What is up, guys? My name is Jandy Texan, the founder of Texan Fit. And on the Texan Fit show, we talk about mindset, fitness, and personal development, and how you can reach your ultimate potential if you put action into your daily disciplines and your non-negotiables on a daily basis. And speaking of non-negotiables, I'd love to talk to you about the negotiations that we make with ourselves when we're trying to get ourselves out of doing the harder thing. So last week, I was doing my morning routine. I did my journal writing, my meditation, and I looked outside the window and I saw that it was pouring rain. Automatically, I was like, oh, I'm not running this morning because it's raining. And because I thought, oh, it's raining, I'm gonna get wet, my shoes are gonna get wet, I might slip, I might fall, I might get hurt, I automatically made that decision to not run. And so what did that cause me to do? I was like, you know what? I think I should just stretch instead. So it's 5 in the morning, I get my yoga mat out, I'm stretching, and next thing you know, I'm already falling asleep. I'm already getting lazy and tired throughout my stretches. So I'm stretching and I'm like, wow, this actually feels really comfortable. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just lay down on my bed for a quick 1 to 2 minutes. So I stand up, I get to my bed, lay down, and next thing you know, I'm knocked out. I wake up 1 hour later and I realize, oh shit, man, I already wasted 1.5 hours of my day because I didn't run and because I allowed my inner bitch voice to take over. And so I want you to think about those times where you've negotiated with yourself of there was a hard thing and then you convinced yourself that it would be the safer route to just not do the hard thing. And you're like, you know what? I agree with you. Like those days when you want to work out and you want to go to the gym, yet you didn't have good sleep, you didn't eat the best quality of food. So you start convincing yourself, you start telling yourself, you know, today wasn't the best day. I have a low energy. I didn't eat the best foods. I'm not going to hit the gym today, but I will hit the gym tomorrow. I promise, because tomorrow I'll have a plan. And you start coming up with all these reasons as to why you should negotiate with yourself into not doing the hard thing. And so what I want to teach you guys today is number 1, understanding your why and your purpose. Every single morning is your opportunity to kill that bitch, to kill that inner negotiation voice that you have that always drags you to the weaker side. Because if you're watching this show, I know you're into personal development, I know you're into growth, but sometimes we don't catch that inner weak voice that's chit-chatting us and convincing us of doing the weaker things in life. And what does that happen? You guys, I live by this passage quote that I heard from my business mentor recently. It goes a little like this: weak men create hard times create strong men create great times, and great times create weak men. And so in each one of these lines, I can easily identify what area of life that I'm in based on the decisions that I'm making, the negotiations that I'm making with myself, and the consistency and discipline that I have with myself and the promises that I'm making. And it's so important to understand and to be self-aware of when you're having those negotiations. Because let's take an overweight dude, for example. His name is Bob. He weighs 245 pounds and he wakes up one morning and looks at himself in the mirror. He has a big wedding event to attend to in the next 4 to 5 months. And he's looking at himself saying, holy shit, how did I get so freaking fat? And then he starts alerting in his mind, I'm gonna see all my friends, all my relatives that I haven't seen in such a long time, and they're gonna see me overweight, disgusted, and not happy with how I feel and how I look in my body. And so Bob, he's gonna start asking himself, like, how the hell did I let myself go? And it was because of all those negotiations he made to convince himself that, you know what, it's okay to get KFC today. You know what, I did work hard, it's okay to get McDonald's. You know what, it's okay to sleep in, and I'll just hit the bong and then order some food on Uber Eats. These negotiations become conditioned in your mind. Just like how you pick up the phone and you go to your favorite apps, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then you check your email, and then you check YouTube, and then you wait for a message, and then you get a ping, and then you get a notification, and then 2 hours are spent on your phone just scrolling back and forth because you're not consciously aware. And so let's go ahead and pivot towards how are we going to defeat that inner negotiation with that weak voice this year in 2023. Well, I'm going to share the secret sauce with you of what has been working for me, and I'm hoping that it works for you. But the number 1 thing you need to go back is you need to look at your roots. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what is my greatest weakness? What is something that I need to prioritize to work on myself? And for me, I looked at myself hardcore in the mirror and asked myself all the things that I missed in my childhood. I believe that I didn't have such a great father and son experience in terms of spending great quality time, understanding what it means to be a man, doing manly things. And so that has resulted in me taking easier routes in life, always trying to be a kid. And I realized that if I want to change the person that I want to become in the next 3 to 5 years, I must destroy this inner bitch that I have in me. So I wake up every single morning with the intentionality of doing the hard thing so that I don't allow that voice to creep in throughout the day. And to be quite honest, that voice is gonna come at certain moments, but the fact that I'm intentional with doing the hard things in the morning, like running, like doing my meditation, my journal writing, I can easily identify when this is not the person that I want to be. So number one, you need to understand the root of your weakness, and you need to attack it every single morning. You need to attack that weaker voice. You need to attack that past version of yourself and that person you're trying to become, because if you continue to be comfortable, you will never allow yourself to be that 10.0 version of yourself. And number two, you need to push yourself every single day to work out. Have some sort of resistance in your legs, resistance in your muscles. This will create mental callous. This will create hard times. Hard times create strong men. We cannot be on the weaker side of always having a great time, because that will just develop us into a weaker man. And lastly, to defeat that inner negotiation of that weak voice, you have to constantly reflect on your actions, reflect on your promises. Are you keeping your word with yourself? Are you staying true to the man or the woman that you want to be? Because we have all the reasons in the world today to have the excuses, to say I'm not good enough, to compare ourselves to everyone else because everyone's doing better than us on social media. This is about you. This is about you defeating that inner weak voice so that you can tap into the beast mode that's developed and built inside the gym, developed and built when you make those promises and you keep them, developed and built when you stop making excuses for yourself. You guys, I love you so much and I want the best, and I want to teach you all the examples of what I've been learning throughout the process of my journey and how I've been dealing with my inner bitch voice and how I plan to execute and attack them every single day. I want you to do the same for yourself, because I want you to see what it feels like on the other side of being truly at your best self, truly at your best shape, truly thinking decisively and having a strong mentality. You guys, I love you. Please feel free to check out my Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube, as I'm going to be pumping more content on personal development so that I help you achieve the person that you want to be in 2023. Peace.